Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
The nation's largest retailers are now requiring what some cities and states won't, the use of a face mask. As coronavirus cases climb, many businesses are taking it upon themselves to keep you safe. Now, some local retailers are following suit. Valley News Team's Courtney Lockie joins us live in downtown Fargo with the details. Courtney?
Katie, we might be seeing a lot more signs in store windows like this one saying if you want to come inside, you're going to have to wear a mask. Now, we've already seen this at bigger stores like Walmart, Target, and CVS. You can add Hornbachers to that list now, too. And for a lot of these downtown Fargo businesses, it's going to be more of the same. Individual stores can make their own decisions, but the National Retail Federation is encouraging face coverings. Some places in town, like Unglued, have required them since the start of May. And that list is growing. Proper, others, O'Day Cachet, Beyond Running, and Zambrows, just to name a few. I talked with a few shoppers out today. Most of them say they think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I would wear a mask because you don't know how people, like, they be sneezing on people and stuff like that, and they don't wash their hands. I rather like the mask thing, you know? Yeah. It's coronavirus.
Businesses are preparing for any kind of backlashes against these new policies. We've seen things escalate across the nation and even here. But the bottom line is, if you want to shop at these stores, you're going to have to play by the rules and wear the mask. Live in downtown Fargo, Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
All right, thank you, Courtney. We have a full list of stores requiring you to wear a mask on our website. Download the VNL News app. And as Courtney mentioned, Hornbachers has joined the list of businesses requiring masks. This sign was seen posted. Beginning Monday, July 27th, customers will be required to wear masks in the supermarkets and liquor stores. Learn more about their Wear a Mask campaign on the VNL News app. An investigation is underway in Grand Forks after finding a 16-year-old with a gunshot wound to his shoulder. Police made a traffic stop in East Grand Forks when they found the 16-year-old in the car with a wound. It's believed the injury happened in the vehicle while he was driving in Grand Forks. Authorities also say they think it was an accident. The person who fired the gun has not been identified at this time, but it's believed they are acquaintances with the victim. Anyone with information should call Grand Forks Police at 701-787-8027. An inmate at the Cass County Jail was taken to the hospital today after being found unresponsive. Officials say it's believed the inmate ingested a controlled substance. The inmate was taken to the hospital, treated, and released. Officials say he is back at the jail and is doing okay. There is an ongoing investigation into how the inmate got a hold of the substance. Officials responded to a DUI crash in Grand Forks this afternoon. Around 2:30, 56-year-old Jacqueline Jossam was going southbound on the on-ramp from Demers Avenue to Columbia Road when the vehicle left the road and hit a tree. Jossam was transported to Altru for a leg injury. Officials say she was arrested for DUI, open container, and failure to have the vehicle under control. The recent trade agreement between the United States, Mexico, and Canada went into effect just a few weeks ago. While many are optimistic about the USMCA's potential, North Dakota's wheat producers say the deal is more favorable to our friends at the South than the North. Canada's regulations on wheat are stricter than Mexico's. Upon crossing the border, Canada would automatically give American wheat a lower class rating. And only specific wheat can be imported into Canada from the U.S. While those rules have been loosened, the North Dakota Wheat Commission says wheat will likely be going south.
Pretty marked difference between the varieties that Canada grows and that the U.S. producers grow. So right now there's relatively limited opportunities, and so there will be continued effort and pressure on both parts to try to get those systems more equal.
From 2018 to 2019, North Dakota wheat exports rose by nearly 17%. The Native American Development Center and the Native Incorporated Community Development Corporation received a $200,000 grant to conduct community needs assessments among Native American communities in Bismarck, Fargo, and Grand Forks. The project seeks input from Native Americans who have lived or currently live in those areas in regards to what programs, services, resources, and infrastructures are needed.
The hope is to, again, provide a sense of belonging in the communities in all 3 metro areas and be able to deliver culturally responsive services around those specific needs that they desire.
The groups are interviewing key Native American stakeholders and are creating focus groups with the Native American populations to assess community needs. Leaders say they should have a report by the end of next year. State health officials are reporting 113 new cases of COVID-19 in North Dakota today. This brings the active case count to 796. There are 2 additional deaths being reported, a man in his 30s from Benson County and a man in his 80s from Burleigh County. Both had underlying health conditions. The death toll in North Dakota climbs to 92. 4,131 people have recovered to date. In Minnesota, the state health department is reporting another 737 cases of COVID-19. There are also 3 new deaths linked to the virus. In total, 1,541 deaths have been linked to COVID-19 in Minnesota. 258 people are in the hospital, while more than 40,000 people are listed as recovered. The Food and Drug Administration has given emergency approval to a new approach to coronavirus testing. The FDA said today that it reissued an emergency use authorization to Quest Diagnostics to use its COVID-19 test with pooled samples. With pooling, instead of running each person's test individually, laboratories would combine parts of samples from several people and test them together. A negative result would clear everyone in the batch. A positive result would require each sample to be individually retested. Potential benefits of sample pooling include stretching laboratory supplies further, reducing costs, and expanding testing. Good news, ice cream lovers. Morehead's Tasty Freeze is back open for business after vandals trashed the ice cream shop last week. Employees tell us it happened sometime in the overnight hours Monday. A side window was busted, the front window cracked, and the vandals trashed the inside. Morehead police say the power was cut off to the building, ruining all the products. No one has been arrested at this point, but with the help of the community, the shop was able to raise over $25,000 to open again.
The vandalizing part, I didn't really like that because it sucks. But the reopening, I was happy. I rode bike down over there and I saw it was opening, so then I asked my mom to go there.
No one has been arrested in regards to the vandalism at this point. Anyone with information should call Morehead Police at 701-451-7660.